Hey guys, how's it going? Previously on the channel, I had acquired this 1971 John Deere 140H3. This is the one that I got. We did a lot of work to this poor guy. We put different rear tires on it, different seat. This is the one that I picked up. It was in pretty sad shape. Put a lot of work into this thing. Got it running, got it driving. The only problem with it is it burns oil, and it was a pretty bad subject as well, how much oil it burned. Put it off for a little while. It's been about a month. I sat down and I looked around. With the inflation that's going on, I had to really sit down and really think about whether I wanted to do it now or wait until next season. And then I thought, well, with the prices and the way that everything is and this inflation going on, I doubt, and with all these ships setting overseas, I don't know if I'll be able to get them or not. So I went ahead and ordered them. I got some rings for the 140 for the Kohler K321. If I'm correct, this is still the standard bore that it was when it left the factory. So yeah, should be able to get this engine pulled and take it apart, get it fixed. Got the front of it pulled apart at the moment. I was working on the hydraulics, trying to get the hydraulic ports in the front. Pulled the ones off the 317. I need to grab some different fittings, and then after I grab them fittings, I should be able to put that on there. So without anything else, let's go on ahead and get into this and get this engine pulled out, and let's start tearing into it. Got the motor out of that 140. Battery died on me the other night, so I figured, well, I'm sure everybody's pulled an engine before, so I went ahead and just pulled the engine out of it. And it's currently sitting over here on the table. This thing was heavy. Here it is right here. I left the clutch on it, and I left the starter and everything on it. It's got some oil in it, not sure how much. I'm trying to figure out where all it's leaking from. I think I've determined it is leaking out of that seal. Might be, might not be. You can see there's a bunch of oil underneath of it. So it's definitely got a leak somewhere. Kind of trying to figure out where from, but I haven't seen any dead giveaways other than that seal. I think I have another seal around here somewhere, so that's probably not going to be an issue. But I'm pretty sure in the bottom of that motor it's leaking somewhere. It's probably leaking all around here. I don't see any oil anywhere on it. Oh, there's some right here. This actually looks suspicious. Maybe not. So, I also ended up finding, when I pulled the engine out, I found that piece right there for the throttle. You can see it was underneath the engine, more towards the front. I had seen that in there as I was pulling the engine out, and I thought, ooh, cool. So I'm going to end up pressure washing this. I'm going to go over it really good, and I'm going to pressure wash the whole tractor. I don't think I've ever really washed this thing down before. I've sprayed it with the garden hose, but that's pretty much it. So we're going to take the pressure washer back with me, as well as wash a few other things. I'm putting stuff away for the winter. It is currently October. It is midway through October. Right now is when it starts to get cold. And I think the yard is just about done growing. So I might keep one push mower over here. Meanwhile, everything else is going to the house to keep warm and to just keep it out of the weather pretty much and out of the way. Seems like I have better luck with stuff when I take it over to the house and let it sit over there over the winter, and it stays about the same temperature as it would out here. So when I say same temperature, I mean about the same as it stays out here in the summer. So yeah, Gonna take the pressure washer over there too to keep it inside, not freezing. And while I've got it over there, I'm gonna end up washing those. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. That wood chipper, I'm probably gonna get that running, then sell it. I still need to get into this thing. I've actually started on it, and I've started filming on it too, but I just kind of put it away, as you guys can see. I need to get back to it. So we are going to go on ahead and get this engine pulled apart, and we're going to see exactly what we can find in it. Hopefully it's not too bad. Pull that carb off of it, pull the breather out of it, clean the breather out. And then we'll also go in there and adjust the valves. Everything over here seems to be fine. I like that sound. It almost sounds like a 2-cylinder. Or not a 2-cylinder, a hit and miss. Almost. So I guess let's go on ahead and let's get into this guy, and I'm going to take this over here and wash it. Put you guys in the stand and we'll start tearing into it. Let's go on ahead and take a look at this guy and let's see what we can find. As much as it pains me to pull it back apart, especially since I just replaced that head gasket, I don't really have a choice. There we go. Can you see? Yep. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh, oops. This one has to come out too in order to get the head off. Now ready. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. A lot of oil right here, but I think that's from it burning so much. Yeah, look inside there. Look at all that oil. Yeah, that's definitely been burning oil. Stand. I like my other stand better. You can see inside of there, it's definitely been burning oil. Let's take this gasket off here. Still pains me, that is a brand new head gasket that we're taking off. Held together nice. Yeah, I guess when we originally started on this tractor, we should have just went ahead and took that out and just assumed that it needed rings instead of saying, well, it should be alright, let's just continue on it. And there's this There's a scar in here somewhere. I gotta look for it. It's not in that good a shape. But it's leaking on the opposite side of where I noticed that. Is that it right there? Yeah, that's it right there. I'll show you guys. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Let me look at the other side real fast. Is there another one? No, it's just that one. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it. You probably won't be able to at all. But right there, right here. See that? See that scar? The cylinder more than likely is going to end up needing honed. If we're lucky. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. This is where it's been leaking from over here. This is where the oil's been pouring in, not over there. So, I bet you if we wanted to, we could get more oil up in here. Yeah, it's not even coming in through the scores, it's just coming in. There's not a score over here that I can see. And it's... yeah, look at all that oil it's bringing in. And this is a standard bore. Just take another peek. Yeah, more than likely that's going to need to be honed. Oh yeah, there are some scores right there actually. Grab a flashlight. Found myself a flashlight. What do you guys see? Oh, you're still zoomed into that one spot. Let's take a look at this. It doesn't look very good, definitely. Right there's where that was. Let's see if it's full of oil. No. Comes up where it should. What's this? Piece of, I was going to say it almost looked like a piece of carbon was stuck to it. On the top of this piston. Didn't order any rod or piston, I just ordered rings. I should have ordered some gaskets. There we go. Look at that. That looks clean. That looks better than it did. Right there is that part I was telling you. There we go. That's what I wanted. Trying to see if the oil is filling up the scores. It doesn't look like it. Because if it's filling up the scores, that'll tell me whether it's coming in through that or the rings. Now, I'm definitely sure it's coming in through the rings. I can... There's another one that catches right there. I got half a mind to stick a screwdriver in there, not push on anything, but just let it ride itself all the way around and see what I catch. I might do that, actually. Clean this off real good, make sure there's no chips or anything on it. That way it doesn't scratch or damage anything. Let's just carefully go around. Let the weight of the screwdriver, right there's one. You can see. And we're back to that one. Let me make sure I didn't scratch anything. No, I didn't. Cool. So, the only scratch I caught is this one right here. This one. So, great. I am going to have to make a plan and decide what I want to do. We could go on. We're going to have to take that piston out whether we decide to hone it or not. So, let's just go on ahead and proceed. I want to take a look at them rings. Let's see what the piston rings look like, and after we see those piston rings, we'll decide where we want to go. If the piston rings look good, well, then something's not right, and it's our bore. However, if the piston rings obviously show, which I know they will, that they are not good and they're compromised, which I'm seeing it, then that tells me everything I need to know. So let's go on ahead and let's get this motor on its side. Let's get the bottom of this motor off. And after we do that, I would like to find out too where it's leaking from, so we'll do that next.
Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm feeling mean, gonna make an ugly scene. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm gonna pick myself a fight. If some deserving dirtbag a black eye, and if he swings at me, then I'll bust that sucker's knee. 'Cause tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. The meanest hunk of meat that anyone's ever seen. Get out of the way of the hurricane. There's a heavy price to pay. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. And tonight I'm gonna drink like Daddy done. Gonna act a fool and keep on till the dawn. Drink 15 pints of beer, then I'll go right out of here.
Yeah, see?
And tonight I'm
There's still oil in it. Oh well, I forgot about that. Pull it down fast. Oh fuck. Well, we didn't save all of it. There's still quite a bit in there. Oops. I did not expect that at all. I was kind of figuring all of it was out. I wasn't getting any on my stick. Where's my stick? How high up is this? Where is that? There it is. Yeah, it goes down just about right to here. It doesn't go all the way down into the pan, I guess. That's not good. Oh well, I'll have to wipe all this up later. So, now that I know there's no oil in it, flip it around, lay it down on that side. My beautiful desk. It's all dirty now. Covered in oil. Let's see, what do those... That looks like 916. Oh shit, it's got the balance gears in it still. That's fucked. Oh well. Damn it, I was hoping those were out. Give you guys a look in here so you can see what I'm looking at. Can you see? Those right there, that's your balance gears. Actually, that one right there, there's another one up on top. Here's your piston, here's your rod, here's your cam. Well, everything in here looks okay. It doesn't look like it's been warm or anything like that. It looks like it's been rather run well. So let's pop this out. I'm gonna say 9. It looks, yeah, it's a 9. Ready? Come on, quit moving. Just come out. There you go. Damn, how convenient. Trying not to break that off. This little dipper. I don't want to break the dipper off. If I do, then I got to find another rod for it, which I don't want to do. And of course that fell off again. How convenient. Here's our piston rod bolt. Here's our second one. Hopefully this one wants to come out easy. Look at that. It's always nice when your camera times out on you and your hands are all covered in oil and there's nothing really you can do about it because you don't want to get your camera wet or dirty. Let's see. Can we get this guy out of here? Yes, we can. Come on, where are you at? I don't want to get my coat wet either. I hate this time of the year. Felt like a broken ring. What do we have? Well, that's definitely not as bad as I was expecting. Definitely got some hours on it. Yeah, that's got a little bit more of a gap than I think it should. Piston looks, let me go clean this up real fast. Those rings actually don't look bad. I was expecting them to look a little bit worse. They're not all scored up. They don't look terrible. I wonder if somebody's been in here before. Look at that ring. Definitely, I think that's closed all the way. No, not quite. That's closed all the way right there. Yeah, that ring is definitely gone. flip it around and look in that cylinder, what we should do. Check that and see how that looks. This piston definitely looks like it's had a rough life. I'll set this over here after we get this put back together. I'm going to put this back on here so we don't lose it. There we go. Help if you guys could see, wouldn't it? Stick this one in here too. How's that rod bearing look? God damn it, what fell? Oh. How's our bearing look? Doesn't look terrible. It actually looks pretty good. How's this one? Oh, not bad. Overall, it's not bad. Them rings definitely had some use on them, though, for sure. They had 2 washers under it. Interesting. I'm starting to wonder. Well, I'll bet you that other ring goes to that side, that other washer, more than likely. Yeah, because all I put back on there was the lock washer. Tighten that back up. We'll take this out and we'll stick that other washer in there. Get them married together again and go from there. Camera battery appears to need charged. That's fine. Take a little bit of a break. I'm going to flip that engine around and look at it. My hands off real fast. Yeah, that table is definitely going to be fun to clean up. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to hone out that cylinder. A friend of mine, I need to ask around and see if anybody's got a hone. If not, I'll just order one. I wouldn't mind having one for the shop. It doesn't look terrible. I hate this tripod. I hate it with a passion. Stick those in there and see what that resembles as. Yeah, it definitely needs to be honed now that I'm looking at it a little bit more. So, cylinder needs honed. That's where I'm at right now. It doesn't look horrible, but it does need honed. So, I guess for now, this is where I'm going to leave it. I will bring you guys back here later. Planning on making this one video, this entire project. I might make it two. Getting the engine taken apart and honed, and then next part might be doing everything else. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will be back here in a little bit. Now I'm sure I am, as well as you guys, are curious as to how far out of round these rings are. So let's pop them in this motor. If I can get them out of here. We'll start with the top one. Then we'll work our way down. Stick this in here. It. Let's see. I'd almost be willing to bet these are the original rings. Yeah, look at that. See how much of a gap that ring has in it? Right there? That definitely should not have that much of a gap. So that's cylinder, that's ring number 1. I'm going to go out and say that's probably about maybe 35 thousandths. Something like that. Yeah, that's not good. We'll push it, well, we should push it down in a little bit further. Let me get the second ring off of here real fast, and then we'll push the piston down in. Trying to get it off here without breaking the ring. What fell? That. This damn bolt keeps coming out. I don't understand why. Now it shouldn't. Come on. It is so tempting to just shove a screwdriver into it and break it. I really don't want to do that. I'd like to be able to use this, or find out, not use it, but find out how at around how wore out these rings are. And both rings have to be off of it. All 3 rings have to be off of it in order to do that, because you can't push it down in there with rings on it. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that the rings are wore out. Seeing that. Should not have that much of a gap. Come on. There you go. Trying to be careful not to break it. There it is. Well, damn it. We're not going to be able to test that, are we? That ring broke. Oh well. We got 2. And just by seeing that, I can tell you guys it's definitely got some issues. Yeah, it ain't much better. Being a little more down in, it's definitely not much better looking at it. It's a little bit more closed, but not by much. I wish that oil ring wouldn't have broke. Pull that guy out. We'll put our second ring in, and I'm going to go off and say that the oil ring was probably not too good either. Yeah, look at that. That's definitely not. A little bit. It looks a little bit better than that first ring that we stuck in there. Yeah. That's definitely should have more than that. Let's pop these new rings in here just to see what we get out of them. Maybe I should wait. Now let's just go ahead and do it. This is our new ring. This is the top. Pretty sure it's the top. Well, our gap on that is not much better. Well, actually, that is a little bit better than what we had on the other 2. Definitely better than the first one. Oh yeah, look at that. That is so much better. See, look at that. Look how closed up that is compared to the other two. I'm really curious. Let me grab my feeler gauges, wherever the hell they are. Here they are. Should be. Let's check our end gap. According to Kohler, your end gap should be in between 20 and 30. 25 is kind of oddball. I am also going to end up doing the valves, more than likely, going in there and adjusting them. Let's see what we have here. Not quite snug, but it does fit. It's a little bit more loose than I would have wanted it. I'm gonna sit here and fuck with this all day. There we go. This is 20. I want 25. That's 24. 23, 24. 24 might be the biggest. Here's 25. Wait a minute, that's not 25. One, 22, 23, 24. It appears 24 is the highest we're going to get. We'll still test it though. Oh, it definitely. Yeah. It fits. It fits, but it's kind of tight. So that works perfect. Let's go on ahead and pull our ring out carefully. We don't want to ruin it. There we go. Awesome. We'll stick this over here since this is the new ring. Put it back in the box. And we'll take our second compression ring. Which side? This, wait a minute. This side? One of these two, I think it's this. That looks good too. See? And we'll go down. We'll see what it is. Oh, that looks good too. That actually looks a little bit smaller than the first ring that we stuck in there. I'm gonna guess that's probably 20. We'll throw 23 in there just to see, or 24 I mean. It fits, but it's definitely a hard fit. So I'm gonna go out and say that's probably closer to 20. There. We'll have to put these on our piston here soon. And then we will drop our oil ring in here. The oil ring should be pretty tight. Which it does appear to be, yep. Looks just about as tight as our others. We'll send him down in on his mission. Oh yeah, look at that. Cool. Let's gap that just to see 25 or 24. I mean, not 25. 25 fits, 24 fits kind of tight. We'll go 20. See what 20 gets us. The goal is to not have to grind it down, or file it down, I mean. Let's go 20. Here is our 20. Put these other two away. $20 fits. Definitely a tough fit, but it definitely was fine. Cool. Let's pop this guy back out of here carefully. We don't want to ruin him. Cool. Trying to decide whether I want to put these on the piston or not. I probably want to wait. We got to get this out of, I might leave, nah. We got to get this out. I wish we could have tested that oil ring, but of course, damn thing decided that it didn't want to go back in the cylinder. We could tape it back together and see if we can get it to work. Oh well, that's fine, we don't need it. Other than that though, it definitely needed rings, judging by what I could tell. Clean out that bore real good. While I still have you guys, damn it, we're gonna play dentist. What do I mean by playing dentist? I'll show you guys here in a second. You know how the dentist pokes and prods at you with needles? We're gonna poke and prod at this piston with needles. Pick my weapon. I want this one. Move you guys over here. What I want to do is I want to get the carbon out of the rings. Out of the ring slots in the piston where the rings go. Because there is quite a bit of it in there. I don't see any numbers on that rod. I want to say that's original. That's the original rod from the factory. Because I don't think the factory, well, they might have. I don't know. But I don't see any numbering on this at all. See? Not one word, not one letter. Nothing saying it's 30 over or anything like that. Or 30 under. Nothing. Just a rod. One thing I did off camera is I ended up wire wheeling the surface of the valves to get that ready for when we reinstall it. That end, I also cleaned out the cylinder a little bit better. Let's go ahead and put these rings on here and find out how they go. I don't think it matters on the bottom one, and of course they don't send you a chart with it to show you how they go on there, so great. Gotta be careful when we put these on here. I hate doing rings because they always like to break. Careful. Of course, right now we're trying to get over the worst part of this piston, which is that over there. Come on. Oh, that made me jump. I had thought I broke it there for a second. Don't do this at home. If you do this, be careful. I ain't responsible if you break your rings. There we go. Be careful and know what you're doing. It appears I might be in near trouble. There we go. That's down. I think I twisted it when I did that. Wait a minute. Huh? There we go. Thought I had twisted it, but I guess not. First ring is on. Now we gotta get the second ring. I don't think it really matters which one goes on top and bottom. I think the side of it that is at an angle, I think that is the side that goes on top. I might be wrong. There we go. There we go. So now, what all do you guys see? I need to bring the camera up. Okay. Yeah, but I don't want it right there. I want you down another notch. Not right there. Oh, damn it. We might be stuck. Gotta be careful. You don't want to... Wait a minute, which one of these is this one? Where's my dentist? We're gonna use it. This is the perfect tool. Oh shit. Oh fuck. If we can keep it down there, then we'll hopefully be okay. Meanwhile, try not to stab myself too many times. The first compression ring is always the easiest. The top compression ring is always the easiest. The bottom compression ring, however, I can say otherwise. Is that ring too big? Hold on a minute. Wait. What? I wonder if we have the wrong ring. Is the other ring thicker? Thinner than this one? I'll be dipped. It is. That's interesting. That ring is too thick. Well, let's take it back off, I guess, and there's no way in hell that's too thick. Whatever. Didn't look like that other one was much thinner, but it could be. Huh. Yeah, I've never had that problem before. Don't break it. Careful, don't be an idiot. I'm sure all the fancy machine shops out there have one. They need to make a tool. Yeah, see, it slides into that one just fine. So it's a. I have never run into that problem before. That's the first time I've ever seen something like that before. So this is the one that we're going to try to stick in the middle. That shit. There we go. Yeah, that definitely slides in there now, like it's supposed to. So, interesting. That's not what I wanted. I wanted you to go down another slot. Like I previously said, rings is the worst. Or putting the first ring in is always the difficult one. But then after you put the second, after you get this ring put in and you go to put the top compression ring in, it ain't too horrible. Yeah, see, now it slides around in that just fine. And then for this one, that's the top. Right? Yeah. This one shouldn't be too horrible to install. There we go. See, that was easy. Cool. So now all our rings are installed. So now what we need to do is set that right there. And don't touch it. I got half of mine just to go on ahead and put it back together the way it is and see what happens. Whether we get it running good or need to pull it back apart. So I'm probably just going to end up going ahead and honing it now instead of putting it all back together and then having something happen. So I will bring you guys back here in the future when I've got my hone. Sound good? Okay. He mentioned hone, I thought he meant ball hone. Looks like it did pretty well.
I do want the crankshaft turned down a little, though. Hey, you stop turning, you worthless bastard. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I just got to be careful not to get into the crankshaft, I guess. The reason I'm going and letting off and going and letting off is that's how I was taught to do it. It puts cross hatching in it better, supposedly. Even though it doesn't look like it did very good, but that's okay.
You don't?
That's okay. Look at it. It looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah, it definitely does. Is there a way to turn the flashlight on or no? Oh, I see it. Take a look, guys. How's it look?
Also, comment down below how you like this quality, because this is filmed on my cell phone.
What is your phone? Just tell them.
I don't know. It's a Samsung Galaxy something or another. So, that's about what we're going to do. If John's happy.
It's fine to me.
You think we're good then?
I'd say we're fine. I've never cross-hatched an engine before.
So we're good with him. Any suggestions you have? Because the last time I did this was like 3 years ago, so I don't exactly know 100% what I'm doing either. So if you have any suggestions, if you have big brain cells, put a comment down below and tell us both any tips or secrets on this.
The engine that you honed, I'm pretty sure, is the one that's in the 68, that rebuilt 12 horse.
Yeah, I honed an engine for John at the vocational school like 2 or 3 years ago now. So that's the only honing I've done, and this hone I just bought. So
oh shit! You know,
it's not great.
Told me before you hone it, put a little dab of motor oil in there.
You can. I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
It's school. It's the vocational school. So we're going to call that good, I think. And it's pretty good. I like it.
One scratch I'm concerned about.
Which one?
That almost looks like it, but I don't think that's it. There was one. You can still see some of the.
We see those scratches, but I can't feel them.
There was one in there you could feel. It was pretty bad. I didn't feel it when I reached in there.
No, we got rid of it.
We did?
It's not in there. I don't feel it.
How about them that we can see?
I can't feel them. Stick your finger on it.
I don't feel them.
So, yeah, they're visible, but you can't feel them. Run your fingernail along in there, and there's no grooves or lips. So, we're going to call it good, I think.
I guess so.
Feels good to me.
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, guys, that's it. We're back to John now. So, he's going to be filming in his shop next thing you see.
Yep, teleportation.
Yeah, we're teleporting to his shop where he is. So, make sure to subscribe to my channel. My channel is Mike Starcher. And, John, don't edit that out.
Got that cylinder honed, as you guys saw in the previous clip, back at the shop. Let's go on ahead and start getting back into this. I have decided to order a rebuild kit, not a rebuild kit, but a gasket kit. So I'm going to re-gasket this engine. All the gaskets and all the seals are coming off. Probably all except for up in the front. I'm probably going to leave that alone for now unless I start seeing oil come out the front. Then I'll pull that back apart and I'll change that seal also. I really don't want to mess with that one though, because I don't want to pull that clutch off. And maybe I shouldn't use this. Took the oil pan around back and I cleaned it up. It was all covered in oil, as you guys remember. Took it back here, cleaned it up. It actually turned out pretty good. Took some old gas and a paintbrush and also some dish soap and a toothbrush in a bathtub, and it did pretty good too, but not as well. So let me find. Here's the old head. This is something we could set it on. Get this seal out of the back of here, and after we get that seal out of there, we'll continue on. Let's see if we can in here. No, I just noticed the radio's on. You have to be careful whatever you do because there is a bearing inside of there. And I really don't want to hurt that bearing. It's been a while since I've changed one of these seals.
Heard about summer snow. When it falls on you, your blood runs cold. But don't you sweat your pretty skin, 'cause it melts away for it sinks in. And you dream about this very night, when the moon runs down the summer sky. Could it be the morning of the spring, when the sea runs dry and start to sing? Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live. Do you ever feel like going back when nothing seemed to be a drag? You read until your legs gave way, then you cried and got back up again. And it's real to think that I could fly across a broken bridge in the fading light. Never thought ahead of my 2 feet, never had a care in the world, you see. Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live.
Now I'm really getting mad. This is pissing me off. Oh, we're lucky. There we go. Finally, we got it. Of course, my screwdriver's not there. Get out of here now. I'm not letting this go back. What is that?
The more you love, the more you live.
No, the bearing's down
The more
in
you
here.
love, the more you live.
That's interesting. I've never seen that before. That's metal. That's not plastic or rubber. I mean, convenient. None of that's metal or magnetic. There's some stuff sitting on that bearing still. I want to get all that out of there before it gets in there and ruins the bearing. Yeah, I've never seen a metal seal before. That's really interesting. It's kind of neat. It's covered in will. I'll have to show that to Mike and see what he has to say about that. I've never seen a metal seal before. I've only ever seen rubber ones. He wants to go in the bearing, but he's not going to. He might, actually. It is currently October 25th. In 2 months from now is going to be Christmas. Around the country, people are under severe snow warnings, winter storm warnings. The other day, I came out here and I put the snowplow on the Bobcat, the 73, and the 216. Not 216, 73. Hopefully, because I did that and I also have that snowblower sitting over there, we won't get any snow here in Ohio. So for everybody who lives in Ohio, if we don't get snow, thank me. Anyway, so let's get... When did you clean this block? We'll have to do that sometime. That seal's out of there. Let's take a look at this. There is no rubber on that at all. Has anybody ever seen a seal like that? I mean, I've never seen one like that before, and I've pulled a few. That's definitely interesting. I wish it wouldn't have fell apart on me like it did. That'd be nice. So, whoop, there we go. We got that out. Let's go on ahead and... Oh, I want to do the valves too. The battery needs charged. Let me charge the battery. And I'll get the carb taken off, and after we do that, we can get into the valves. Getting back into this 14 horse, got the carburetor pulled off and everything. I'm going to go ahead and take the throttle assembly off of here so that we can get to the breather and check our valves. And then after we do that, should be pretty good in that area after we do that. There we go. Put this over here. Put that back in there. Wonder how much of a pain it's going to be to get this off here. Yeah, I figured it would be a pain seeing how hard it was to get that other cover on. There it goes. That wasn't that bad. That definitely wasn't as bad as I was anticipating on it being. Trying to keep everything together. Come on out. I'd like to take this whole assembly out in one piece. There we go. There we go. Of course, this damn governor arm is going to be in the way. I guess I should take that off. 7/16, right? Yeah. Wonder how much of a pain this is going to be to get off here. What the hell? There we go. I think the next thing I'm going to end up doing is going over this bench and getting everything off of it that does not involve this engine. This is ridiculous. Let's see. The sizes we want is 8 and 18. Don't even think about falling. We want the exhaust to be 18, the intake to be 8. Right now I have the exhaust valve open. You can do it at top dead center or the valve that you're not going to be checking open. It doesn't really matter. That's the way I do it is top dead center, but I'm just going to do it this way because this way I've never done it before. Actually, I've done it once. And this way seems to be a little bit easier. 8. Let's just check our intake. 8. 8 fits loose. Yeah, 8's kind of loose. I guess we'll adjust that. How loose is it? I would like it to be a little bit tighter. So, I gotta remember what our sizes are. The way that you adjust your valves on a Kohler K-Series engine, down here, this is what pushes up on your valve. There is a couple of flat edges. I know I have one around here, and I think it's over here. There's a couple of flat edges on it. The flat edges are 9/16 as you guys saw. This right here is a tappet. This is what it looks like right here. Right here is that flat surface, as you guys can see, as well as over here. The way it works, this up here is your adjustment. You take your wrench and you turn that to loosen it or tighten it. Tightening it closes the gap. Loosening it opens your gap. So if you want more of a gap, you loosen it. If you want less of a gap, you tighten it. Wait a minute. Let's try this again. Turning it loose tightens the gap. Turning it tight loosens the gap, So it's confusing, I know, but it works. So we'll put this is 7/16 by the way. This is one that I ground down. Let's see what that does. And don't go crazy when you are adjusting these. I've done this a few times, so I know where I want it. But for the people who are doing this the first time, don't go crazy because you really have to know where you want it or where it feels good enough to you. I loosened it, my bad. I need to tighten that. But of course, it is a little bit of a pain to get in here and do. So we want to go this way a little bit. Come on. This wants to fall. I should let it. Trying to make it smaller. I think the bottom one might actually be 1/2 inch. That's too far open. Let me grab a 1/2 inch real fast and let's see if 1/2 inch does any better. All I did to make them thinner is just take it, I grabbed my grinder and I ground down on this, as you can see, and it made it a little bit thinner. Makes it a lot nicer for doing stuff like this. There we go. It doesn't ruin the tool. A lot of people do say that that does ruin your tool. It actually doesn't ruin your tool. It makes it a little bit less strong. But other than that, it doesn't really hurt it. It's a little bit tight. I like it right there. Actually, I'm trying to get you guys up here so you can see, but this thing is being a pain. That's definitely... I'm going to loosen that up just a little. And after I loosen that, I'm going to call that good. There we go. A little bit does go a long way, just so you guys know. Yeah, see, that's too loose now. Let's see. Where are we? Yeah, I need to loosen that up a little. I'm going to call that good. And once again, I'm not going to go very... Between 8 is about the middle. You could be 7 or 9. And then for the exhaust, 17, 18, or 19. I like to do 18 and 8 because that's in the middle. That and 8 and 18. That makes it easier to remember. That actually feels pretty good right there. That feels good. I like that right there. So the exhaust intake is done. Let's do the exhaust. Valve is all the way open. Right there. There we go. You can see 8 right there on the feeler gauge. Now I'm going to grab my 18 feeler gauge. And after I do that, 15, 16, 18, there it is. I lost it. There it is, right there. Trying to put all the other ones away. I have heard 8 and 17. It doesn't really matter what you do, but that's just where I put them at. That's loose, for sure. So we want to go this way. Of course, your finger gets in the way. Wait a minute, wrong way. Let's try this again. That's just about the only thing I don't like about doing valves, is it's really tight to get in here and do them. That's loose. How is it so loose? Still, that's gotta be. Well, that's getting promising. We'll go a little bit more, and then after that little bit more, we should be about in range with where I want it to be. It should be good right there. That's tight, but it definitely works for me. So valves are done. I'm happy with that. So I guess now, since the valves are done, that area is done, everything there is done, we can go on ahead and check our breather assembly, see how our breather assembly looks. Let me get some stuff put away. I want to get all this crap off this desk, and after I do that, I'll bring you guys back. Everything that doesn't involve this tractor is gone. I was going to have this engine honed. I'm sure you guys probably hear a noise. They're harvesting the field right now outside my house. So I was going to have this engine honed again. I just kind of decided that I'm just going to go on ahead and put it back together once I get my gaskets. So I want to go on ahead and get this piston stuck in the bore that and hooked up. That way all that's done. So when I get my gaskets, all I have to do is put everything back together, and after I do that, we should be done. Hold off and get it honed again. I'm just going to go on ahead and put it in the way I've got it now. We'll have that face that way. And then that one face that way. And that one face that way. There we go. Cool. That one there, and then that one over here. Cool. So we'll put this in here. I don't think there's a front, side, or back, so I didn't think it was going to fit. I was going to say it better fit. This is a tedious process, but at the same time, this is my favorite thing to do because it tells me that I'm almost done. Let me grab a... taking engines apart. Cool, it's in. So I don't really need one. There we go. It'd be nice to have one though for when I do something like this. Pistons in, rings are in. That was easy. That was one of the easiest ones I've ever done just about. Now let's carefully bring our piston down if we can, so that we can, never mind, I'm just going to leave it right there. What fell? Oh boy, that could be fun. Thank God both of our bolts stayed on there. How nice. Oh no, don't tell me. Don't even think about it. No. There is, actually, which way does this want to go? This wants to go towards the cam, right? I think that's the way it wants to go. It might be the other way. Yeah, I think it's the way that wants to go. So there we go. We'll get that one. And then after we get that one installed, we'll get this one installed. Now that we have that one installed, I'm just tight. Can't really get to this one as well. I can get to it, but it's just not as easy. I think they run Freightliners. I think they do have a Peterbilt. I'm not sure. That sounds like a Freightliner. Let's see what we get if we turn our engine. Cool. I want to put some oil in that cylinder because it almost sounds like it's a little bit dry. Or actually, I think these are 9. Yes, they are 9. I thought so. Ready? Let's get this tight. I don't really think there's a... I know there's a torque spec for these. I don't know what it is. As long as it's tight and it doesn't come loose, you're fine. If I knew the torque spec, I'd tell you guys what it is, but I don't know what it is. I just tighten it until it gets tight. Does it still turn? Yep. Awesome. That turns and that turns nice. So, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put a little bit of oil in that jug. Let's pop some. What all do you see? Oh, you guys see just about everything. God damn it. I was wondering when they were going to start harvesting that. I was worried that they were being paid off to destroy it. there's a handful of other farms that were in this area, which I was quite surprised and not very happy about that they were doing that. I didn't think it was real, but apparently they were talking about it, so it must be. Let's see. Well, it's definitely going a lot easier. Let's turn it the way it should go, actually. Compression, exhaust. Intake, compression, exhaust. We ought to look down in the cylinder under the piston and see if anything's gotten past that. Can't tell. And I'll also put some oil in the cam, or not the cam, in the rod. I hope I have that rod on there the correct way. I guess we're going to find out. Let's see, it wants to go towards, I'm turning it the correct way, right? Compression, exhaust, yep. Let's check and be sure this is the way. Yes, it is turning the correct way. Good. And while I'm in here doing that, let's drop a little dip of oil on them valves, just to, on the valve stems, just to, well, already it started to turn a little bit easier. And I know the oil is getting down there because I can see it, so that's good. Cool. So I guess this motor is ready to be reassembled, as crazy as it sounds. And then after it's reassembled, it can go back into the tractor and hopefully don't burn any oil. Turn like I was able to before. That's fine. It'll end up getting, hopefully it'll turn a little bit better after it's run. It's not hard to turn, but it does have a little bit of rub to it, it sounds like. I think that'll go away though after it's broken in. Those are brand new rings. I'm hoping it's not because I have them in upside down. Get all that oil wiped up. Well guys, this is going to be the end of part one. This was going to just be one whole video, but I started editing on it. I was trying to get it to be less than 3 hours long. I had 3 hours worth of footage. I tried cutting out as much as I could, but unfortunately I just could not get it below 3. I had it, actually it was 4 hours. I narrowed it down to 3, and then now I can't get anywhere below 3. Tomorrow's Sunday, today is Saturday. Today is actually the day before you guys are watching this video. So, I was just going to keep doing it, but I've got somewhere to go tonight. And how convenient, the video is still not edited. Well, it's not finished. I've been messing with the 140. I won't say anything about it. This is a little bit after this video was filmed. Oh, maybe about a week. Actually, no, not quite a week. Let's see, I started on this project at the beginning of the week. So I guess it has been about a week. So, been trying to get things done and edited on, but of course something happens. You gotta go deal with this, gotta go deal with that. You know, it's not a perfect world. That and a 3-hour long video, you think, man, I really don't want to sit here and do this. So, that's where it went. I was going to make it one video, but I know nobody's going to stick around for 3 hours worth of a video. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to cut it up. So this is going to be the end of part 1. I think this is going to be just about it. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you all understand the inconvenience. It's really unfortunate I had to do this, but oh well, live and learn, I guess. The next video more than likely is going to be 2 hours long. I kind of cut it in the middle where I could cut it. And in the last video, we did the engine, got the engine pulled apart, put the engine back together, and everything else. So we've got the hard stuff done. Now it's just putting it back together and getting it running again. So I want to thank you guys for watching. That retard really couldn't turn off the light before he left. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. I guess that is going to be it. So yeah, take care. Oh my God. It does work. Not very good. You need more weight.
I know.
And that ground's too wet. It'd probably do better if the ground was dry.
Yeah.
But it did work. Not very good. Oh well, it's decent for being homemade.
Yeah.
You could probably adjust it, make it up a little bit higher out of the ground if you wanted to. It almost looked like it sank down a little too low.
Yeah, look.
It almost looked like it sank down a little too low when I was watching it. But
That's actually really easy to move compared to what I thought it would be like.
let me give it an attempt.
That wheel.
Yeah, it's not going to do it.
Not yet, at least. Start backing up and race it. It's easier.
I wish I could get that plow up higher.
Yeah. Here, start moving.